Hello and welcome to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show live from Granite Hills High School in El Cajon, California. I'm Robert Fields with Thomas Conroy, your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Coronado Islanders against the host Christian Patriots. The Islanders come into tonight's contest with a record of 1-4, while the Patriots are 4-1. We're actually going to take a break in action for the prayer and national anthem. Welcome back to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. Again, coming to you live from Granite Hills High School in El Cajon, California. I'm Robert Fields with Thomas Conroy on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the 1-4 Coronado Islanders visiting the 4-1 Christian Patriots. And Thomas, kind of a tale of two teams, obviously with the record, but Coronado, many envision success for them this year. They're kind of off to a rocky start.
Yeah, it looks like a young team, Robert, that kind of trying to find their identity right now. And luckily for them, they come into this game leading in an all-time series with the Patriots, 8-7-1. The last time Christian won a game in this battle was in 2005 by the score of 24-7. So they have a little confidence in that. But Christian here tonight with homecoming, they're ready to play, and they seem like they want to even the series here this evening.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Thomas. Christian, again, 4-1 record, have a couple of studs on the offensive side of the ball, Rayvon Owens and Michael Carrillo at quarterback. They'll be kicking off to start the game. They're in their red uniforms, red tops, white shirt. I'm sorry, red tops with white lettering, white pants. They'll be receiving from Coronado, and looks like the ball fell off the tee right before the kickoff.
Yeah, the old conveniently fell off the tee. So he'll be replacing that. The Islanders getting ready to kick off here. Very explosive running game. Christian coming in tonight, and look out for Trevor Howell there, the backup. He's one of the fine returners they have.
Ball skips off the hands of Phillip George. He's back at the 1 yard line where he picks it up, looking to dance around the 5. Breaks through the initial line of the defense, has a little bit of room, takes it out to the 25-yard line, really making something out of nothing on that return.
That could have been disastrous because it did slip through his hands, but he was very smart and agile, picked the ball up and went straight up to shoot. And luckily for Coronado, they're their coverage was nice there and kind of corralled him there. It could have been dangerous if he had an opening.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line for Christian Patriots. Michael Carrillo at quarterback, single back formation, 3 wide receiver set for the Patriots. Sending a man in motion is Paris Miller. And looks like we're going to have a false start on the offense. So our first flag of the game.
Yeah, Robert, it looked like the right guard there kind of flinched as right before the snap of the ball or the attempted snap of the ball. So they'll get called for a false start.
So pushes the ball back to the 20. It's going to be 1st and 15 now for the Patriots. Again, same formation, single back, 3 wide receiver set. Carrillo under center. And it's going to be a handoff to the back. It's going to be in the hands of Rayvon Owens, who's going to get maybe a yard on the play.
Nice penetration there by the Islanders' defense, especially their outside linebackers. Really made it a very tough yard for Owens, as he loves to kick it outside and use his speed to his advantage. What a season he's having now, Robert. 667 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and he averages over 7 yards per carry this season.
Yeah, Rayvon Owens is a stud. We'll be calling his name plenty of times. Number 10 in the backfield. He's, again, in this pro formation. Backfield with Christian. Sending a man in motion this time is George. It's going to be handoff to the second back through the line. That's going to be Paris Miller. He gets some good yardage on the carry. Takes the ball down to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 8.
Yeah, he's the between the tackles runner for Christian, and he does an excellent job. 369 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns, and right there, straight ahead running, pretty simple. And he just basically challenges the inside linebackers to try to take him down. And right there, Coronado had a little tough time there as he got good yardage there.
So they mark the ball at the 30-yard line. Again, a handoff to this time to Owens. Still bouncing around, still on his feet, takes it down to near first down marker. Needs to get to the 35. And we'll see where they spot him. Look like they're about a yard short at the 34, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
A lot of helmets there for Coronado. The first one was Zach Kozlik there, the interior lineman, and he was also helped out by a cornerback, Josh East, a junior coming up, and they're trying to get a lot of hats on Owens there to try to slow him down because, as you said, he is a stud, and you do not want him breaking away.
And now they're going to take a timeout is the Patriots. So our first timeout taken of the ball game here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, it's also a place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoffs and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
So back to live action here for the Patriots. Again, 4th and 1 is going to be a handoff to the back. He's not going to make it as Owens as a great push by the Islander defense. Big stop on 4th down.
Yeah, inside blitz right there by Colin Sweeney, and he gets right through the guard tackle hole there on the right side, and he stuffed Owens as he was the main contributor and stuffed them, and turnover on possessions for Coronado as they will get 1st and 10. Nice field position, Robert, right at the Christian 33-yard line. That could be an early break that can really set this team in the right motion as they've been struggling all year offensively.
Michael Rodriguez, that's a handoff to Robbie Weisenfels. He's not going to get anything. He's going to get barely back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Islanders again in their white uniforms with green lettering, led by quarterback Jacob Naramore.
Yeah, Tyler Leslie right there, the stud offensive defensive lineman right there. Great two-way player. He penetrated well and hit the running back right in the back of the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss.
So they still mark him at about the 33-yard line for the Islanders. Naramore, going to be a pitch this time far side to Weisenfels, cuts back inside, gets about 5 yards on the carry, ball down to about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, great play there by the outside linebackers to stretch that play, really make Weisenfeld have to cut up maybe a little bit too soon. That allowed the pursuit from the inside linebacker and the defensive lineman there to gather him up and to keep that to a short gain. And now an obvious pass situation, and they haven't been very successful, Coronado, throwing the football this season.
Yeah, Coronado's had their share of struggles. We'll see how they react here on 3rd and 7. Naramore, and it's going to be a handoff to the secondary back, and he's not going to get much yards on that play. Gains about 2, ball to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, what really happens there is it allows the defense to kind of play in almost a 9, maybe even a 10-man front. If you're not going to throw the football, they almost challenge you to throw it on them. And really the quarterback play has been difficult, and they've been really trying to find a quarterback that can consistently throw the football. Naramore only completes 36% of his passes this season.
So it brings up 4th and 7 real quick for Coronado now. We thought last down was passing territory. We'll see what they do on 4th down here. They will go for it. Has 4 wide receivers set for Naramore and the Islanders. Lone back in the backfield is Jacob Shepard. Naramore back to pass. Shepard gets a block, and Naramore goes down.
Yeah, really didn't have much time at all right there. Coming in was Zach Kaufman, the defensive end, the junior, who had a great game a couple of weeks ago against El Cajon Valley, about 3 weeks ago. And right there, came in hard on Naramore. Really couldn't even set up in the pocket. He was rolling back, and immediately Kaufman came on top of him for the sack.
So Patriots take over on their 32-yard line, looking to march down the field on their 2nd drive of the game. Back to pass, going to be a quick screen out to Michael Rodriguez, and he drops the pass. And it's still alive on the play. So now he drops it again, and Coronado picks this one up, and is it going to be turnover? It is.
Wow, he should have just caressed the ball and just laid on the ground. He tried to wrestle for some yardage there, and smart play by the Islanders DBs as they knocked the ball out of his hands and didn't see who actually picked it up, but a smart play by the cornerback there to knock it out of Rodriguez's hands, as he wasn't quite sure if that was a live ball or not.
Yeah.
And Robert coaches, that's one of the things they strict is just believe that the ball is live until you actually hear the whistle or the referee tells you to stop playing.
Yeah, a little bit of a brain fart there by Captain Philip George, the senior. I think he thought that he was behind the line of scrimmage when he dropped that pass, and unfortunately, the result, he picked it up and then got the ball stripped for him. So Coronado, they're going to take back over on the 23-yard line. So after that sack, then they come back one play and they get the ball right back. And we're going to have a false start when the lineman moved his arms.
Boy, sloppy start here in the beginning for both teams, and maybe that little extended opening there where they had to kind of get off the field do all of the festivities that they had here for their homecoming, maybe kind of throwing the teams off here, Robert.
Yeah, this is actually the first penalty for Coronado, penalty for each team, and also turnover on downs. So now on the 28-yard line, 1st and 15 is going to be a handoff given to Ryan Halverson. And Halverson gets near the original line of scrimmage. Called a gain of about 3 on the play. They're going to mark the ball at about the 25-yard line.
And they put the big tight end as a tailback there in the I formation, and he went straight ahead and picked up a couple of yards there. But right now, Christian, that whole front line right now really penetrating well, led by Leslie on at the left tackle position.
Halverson is still dotting the I for the Islanders. And it's going to be given to the up back with plenty of room to run. It's Shepard. Shepard into the end zone, scores for the Islanders.
Wow, great draw play right there. Faked a little pitch out to the big tight end, but the ball was handed off to Shepard, and the linebackers bid on it as they moved away, left an opening right in the middle of the field, and Shepard had speed to run it on in for a touchdown, his first one of the year.
Touchdown by Jake Shepard, a 25-yard variety. Extra point is going to be for Weisenfall. Snap is down, kick is up, through the uprights it goes. So with 7 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, the Islanders strike first, and they lead 7-0 here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter, and you can also have access to thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com.
That's Thomas Conroy. I'm Robert Fields. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports, and San Diego's CIF San Diego section action, a Division IV school in Coronado, Division V school in Christian. Christian, the defending CIF champions. Yeah, off to a rocky start here as another kick goes booming into the end zone, and George is going to take that in the end zone, so it's going to be an automatic touchback. So the Patriots will start with their third drive of the game at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and they got to really be now get their heads here offensively. They've looked sluggish, and then on that play, George, a very versatile ball player, really he really was lazy about with the football there and caused a turnover, and that led to the score for the Islanders.
So after turnover on the last drive by Christian, George is still flanked out to the bottom right this time for Carrillo. Sending a man in motion. One more time is Miller. He's going to catch the pitch coming all the way from the left side to the right, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 6 on that play.
Yeah, I'm really liking the way the Islanders are playing that defense. They're extending the play out, really making it hard for the Patriot runner to kind of cut it up and really utilize their speed right there. Once again, a nice job there by Islander number 33, Matt Halverson right there. The DB, the junior, he came up from the safety position and made a nice play.
They call it a gain of 5. So it brings up 2nd and 5. And again, in motion one more time, and it's going to be given to the motion man is Kaufman. Kaufman spinning around and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. We'll see if they stop their forward progress.
Yeah, Weisenfels came up, made a nice stop there. Good open field tackle by Robbie, the inside linebacker. And right now, it's very hard right now for Christian to do anything offensively. The running game has kind of been stopped here, and they may have to open it up defensively for Coronado by throwing the ball out and stretching that defense a bit.
Big third down possession for the Patriots. Again, handoff up the middle. I think he's going to pick up the first down. He does. So first down of the ball game for the Patriots, thanks to the legs of Rayvon Owens.
Yeah, it went right over the center right there. A simple draw play, and he kept his legs chugging until he got the first down. But a nice run there by Owens, and they got their very first down of the game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. Ball at the 34-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the left. Back to pass is Carrillo. Looking over the middle. Has a man running a quick slant. Big 9-yard catch there. And it looks like Arvan goes up and catches that pass. And it's actually going to go for 10 yards. So another Patriot first down.
Yeah, I like the way Carrillo threw the ball right there. Really hit the receiver right as he made that cut into the inside from the outside. And a great play. Kept the DB off stride, and that gave himself a good wide opening for Carrillo to hit him in the numbers. So
at the 45-yard line now are the Patriots. It's going to be handled one more time to Owens. Spins around at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be taken down. Looks like they're going to give him about a gain of 3 on that play there.
Yeah, Blake Jackson, good penetration the Southmore did from the defensive tackle position as he got right on top of Owens. Owens really great athleticism, kind of spin away from the tackle. The gain is really something out of nothing. Because he should have been really Robert with a 1-yard loss right there.
Ball on the 46-yard line for the Patriots. Back to pass they go again. Carrillo over the middle, has a man, is caught. That catch is by Johnston. Johnson going to pick up a big chunk of change for the Patriots, and they're going to march down the field.
Yeah, Steven Johnson, great route running right there by Johnson, led Carrillo deep, and Carrillo had enough arm strength to get it to him right on his hands. More importantly, caught him in stride so he could keep on moving downfield. Luckily for Coronado, their safety was just a few strides away and made a nice open field tackle there. Comes an end around.
And on that carry one more time is Miller. Picks up about 6 yards from that carry.
Yeah, and that's really what I think was going to help Christian tonight is to have that passing game. kind of make that defense kind of stretch back out, and now allow the running lanes to open up for both Miller and, of course, Rayvon Owens here. And right there, Miller had a good yardage there on a first down play.
Single back formation. Owens in the backfield for the Patriots. It's going to be a pitch to Owens. He's going to dive back inside and try to run over man. Gets back to about the 20-yard line. So we'll call it a gain of 2.
Yeah, East came in for Coronado. Thought he was going to get a big yard loss on Owens, but too quick for him. As Robert said, cut it inside immediately to elude the defender and got good yardage there, close to the first down mark.
So ball at the 20. Brings up 3rd and 2. Owens, long back. He's going to kick the handoff one more time. He's near first down yardage, gets snapped back, and we'll see where they spot the ball.
And that inside linebacker held Owens up, and coming in with a big-time hit was Weisenfels right there to move him back. Let's see if they're going to give him the first down, and they are.
And they will give him the first down. So the ball is now at the 18-yard line. Islanders back up against the end zone now as the Patriots enter the red zone. First time of the day. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play for them. Sending a man in motion one more time is Miller. He stops. It's going to be a back inside handoff to Miller. Coming back the opposite side to the right. Tries to stiff arm call. Man breaks the tackle down to about the 6-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 7. Great running there by Miller.
Yeah, he showed the speed to get to the outside, and then he showed some strength as he lowered his shoulder on a couple of DBs going one-on-one on him and got extra yardage there as he really lowered and went right through them. They gained about 2 yards right there, 2 extra yards on that run. So good all-around running there by Miller, Paris Miller.
Yeah, he called a gain of 11 on the play, picks up another first down for the Patriots. Now inside the 10-yard line on the 7. And it's going to be end-off handoff to Owens. Trying to bust through the line. We have a flag on the play, usually signal for holding. We'll see what they call here.
Yeah, when that back judge throws it, you better start walking back if you're the offense. This is the wait and see. It could be on number 73 there. He threw it in that direction. And that would be the offensive guard there, Jay Halloran. As Christian's moving back.
So a long sustained drive going on 5 minutes for Christian. So a penalty takes him back 10 yards. Now ball marked at the 17-yard line. Single back formation again. Owens, 2 wide receivers are split. George on the bottom. And it's going to be inside handoff. This time one more time to Johnston. Still on his feet and picking up some nice yards on the play. Gets inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, really forfeit some yards there as he tried to get to the outside. And again, coming over. Good pursuit right there for Coronado is number 77, John McCall. He is their leading defensive lineman tackler at over 8 tackles per game on the year.
So still 1st and goal. Correction, 2nd and goal. Back to pass. It's Carrillo. Still has time. Jump pass is going to be caught there by George. George inside the 10-yard line where he's going to be stuffed. So he gets down to the 8.
Yeah, that was almost going to become a coverage sack there as really Coronado had covered all the wideouts very well, and Carrillo was back there had all day. And looked like he possibly was going to kind of maybe run with the football. But then George came back, got open this a little bit, and Carrillo really threaded the needle there to make a good pass there.
3rd and 8 for the Patriots. Ball on the 8-yard line. Got to get into the end zone here. With a hard count, Islanders don't jump. Carrillo still under center. And he's going to take a timeout. Design play trying to get him jump off sides. Didn't quite work. So the Patriots use their 2nd timeout of the game. And Thomas, now for the Patriots, do you go pass again? Carrillo has done an excellent job. He's 3 for 3 in the ball game. Obviously, the one turnover early on an incomplete pass. Well, we don't know if it was behind the back or behind. So 3 for 4, I should say. But do you let him air it out here and try to pick up 8 yards, or do you go back to Owens?
No, I agree with you. I think he has to throw the football. He's getting good time. The offensive line is really neutralizing that pass rush from Coronado. And, you got talented players, and you could even dump out Owens out in the flat area there, and that could be almost like an extended handoff if you really want to. Use him maybe as a safety valve and try to go deep with George into the end zone.
Christian is very creative on the offensive side of the ball, so probably going to see, if not a pass, some type of misdirection run. Getting the ball on the 8-yard line. Just under a minute to go in the first quarter of play. Christian trails 7-0. And it's going to be inside handoff to Owens. Trying to bounce to the outside. He does, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Or you can run the football, just let him do his thing. Great run right there by Rayvon Owens. Again, he got off tackle and out in the open field. Not too many defenders can take him down one-on-one, and that was a task for the Coronado safeties. They couldn't come up with it. Easy touchdown for the Pats.
So that touchdown drive spans about 7 minutes of game time in the entire first quarter for the Patriots. Extra point, snap is down, kick is up. Through the uprights it goes. So the Christian Patriots tie the game up 7-7 here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Again, it's homecoming night here for the Christian Patriots. Their home field of Granite Hills High School. A jam-packed crowd with plenty of alumni in attendance. Awesome venue for Friday night football. No better place to be as a Patriot alumni and a Patriot fan than cheering your team on at the stadium at Granite Hills High School. So just under a minute to go, still remaining in the first quarter of play. Christian now to kick off. Weisenfeld's back to receive the kick for Coronado. Christian loves to squib kick, and there's going to be a little pooch one here. It's going to be near the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. So we'll see. They have to re-kick, and it takes a few yards back, or they'll talk to the sideline and see what they want to do. Talk to the Coronado Islanders sideline coaching staff. Tony Isabella in his second year with a decision to make on where he wants the ball or if he wants it to be re-kicked. Look like he's going to take the ball at the spot. It's going to be taken at the 35-yard line. So at the 35-yard line is where the Islanders will take over. Their third drive of the game. And it's going to be a sweep pass. And still on his feet is Weisenfalls, and he finally falls down right about at the line of scrimmage. May gave him a yard on that play there. So as the clock continues to wind down.
And you know Coronado Roberts can be very deliberate offensively. Try to keep the defense on the field and also try to keep refresh their own defense, because with this offense, we don't know what type of offense they're actually going to be. They're struggling to get anything going offensively this season.
It's going to be a handoff to the fullback. That's not going anywhere. That was in the hands of Jake Shepard. So with the combined run of Weisenfalls and Shepard, they give them a yard.
What really is shocking with the Coronado is that they've only averaged just a little over 9 points per game this season, coming off last year where they averaged over 31 per game. So they got to do something offensively. And
that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here from Granite Hills High School. The Christian Patriots and the Coronado Islanders are tied at 7 apiece here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Accurate Underground and Grading and owner Mike Tobiasen has been serving San Diego and surrounding communities for over 30 years. Their service includes grading custom home pads, water and sewer lines, and underground utilities, roads, fire hydrants, horse arenas, brush clearing, and much more. Please contact Mike Tobiasen at 760-789-8792 or visit their website at accurateundergrounding undergroundgrading.com. Be sure to see how accurate they can serve you today. On behalf of all the workers at Accurate Underground Grading, they want to wish the Patriots a successful season.
Thomas Conroy, Robert Fields as the teams flip sides of the field. And Coronado will take over on the 36-yard line. Back to pass. Going deep down the sideline. It's going to be picked off. Big time play there by Phillip George as he picked that ball off on the opposite 25-yard line.
He just uses his wide receiver skills right there as the ball was thrown deep. Pretty impressive throw. Unfortunately, no Islander wide receiver or wideout was downfield, but George was there, and he made a great play, great concentration, and bringing that ball into him, and a turnover as the Patriots will have 1st and 10 at their 27.
So it's going to be marked at the 27-yard line for the Patriots. Thanks to George, the senior, making up for his earlier mistake. 3 wide receiver set for Carrillo. Back to pass. It's going to be a little screen out to Miller. Making a couple moves. Has a couple man miss. Picks up a big-time 1st down. Takes it all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Oh, great 360 move on the outside back, trying to cover to him as he just left him in his tracks, cut inside, and didn't really use his power right there to go between 2 defenders to gain that 1st down. And Christian now seems to be in control of this game, and more importantly, seems to have found their niche offensively.
Carrillo steps to the line of scrimmage, sees the pro formation, 2 wide receivers flanked out to his left, sending a man in motion is Kaufman. It's going to be handed off to Kaufman, trying to get around the outside to the right side. Unable to do so. Coronado closes that end off, and he's going to get just back to the line of scrimmage, called a gain of 1 on the play for Kaufman.
Yeah, they burned him earlier on that little sneaky handoff to Kaufman. That time Coronado played it well. The outside linebacker and the defensive end made a sharp cut inside and met Kaufman as he was trying to go to the outside. He really didn't have much room. So nice play there by Coronado to stop that play in its tracks.
10 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half of play. 7-7 ball game. Patriots come out, 3 wide receiver set this time. Owens in the backfield. It's going to be a little screen pass for him. Flags down, but Owens is going to take this as much as he can. Gets to the left side, near the sideline, is out of bounds. He goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, but penalty is going to bring this one back.
Yeah, Owens is awfully dangerous when you get him out in that flat area, and you have to go one-on-one with him. He has too many moves for a defender. You really got to have active feet there to play on him, and right there he went through a couple defenders just on sheer ability right there and really got outside. And then the pursuit from the far side and really kept that play from being a touchdown, as Coronado really showed great pursuit there from the backside.
So it's going to be 2nd and forever for the Patriots.
It's a holding call.
As the ball goes back to the 28-yard line.
And that's unfortunate because you're supposed to let it go.
And it's going to be an inside handoff to Owens, and falling down gets to about the 31-yard line. So 3rd and about 22 for the Patriots. Three wide receiver set one more time. Single back is Owens. 3 down linemen for the Islanders. Back to pass. Carrillo going deep. Left sideline has George. Catches it, stays in bounds. And that's good for a Patriot 1st down.
Yeah, Gabe Grando's trying to cover George one-on-one. No contest. But what a great throw by Carrillo, man. He lofted it up there. Allowed George to run underneath it. And more importantly, showed a great concentration to make sure that he had his feet in bounds, had reception, and then briefly stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Call it a gain of 29 on that pass there. And Carrillo's doing an excellent job slinging the ball around the field here. He has the Patriot first down on the 40-yard line. 3 wide receiver set. Miller goes in motion. It's going to be handoff to Owens. Up the middle he goes. Bust through the line of scrimmage. Nothing but green in front of him. Hand up. Touchdown, Patriots.
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez, the sophomore, had great penetration for Coronado in the backfield. Couldn't come up with the tackle. That allowed the opening for Owens as that offensive line and made a great hole right up the gut. Nobody was in sight, and then with his speed, he just broke away from the safety for the touchdown.
40-yard run by Rayvon Owens up the gut, through the lineman, and into the pay dirt. On for the extra point is Mason Powell for the Patriots. Kick is up through the uprights. It goes. So Christian Patriots now lead 14-7 with 9 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Chisholm Brothers Painting supports Christian high school football, an insured licensed residential painting contractor that specializes in homes all throughout San Diego County. A local family-run operation for more than 30 years, Chisholm Brothers is well known for producing time and finesse paint jobs with the incredible team of painters. Their goal is to provide you with one kind of experience by doing it the right way. For a free painting estimate, please call them at 858-571-0676 or visit them at their website at chisholmbrothers.com.
Thomas Conroy. That was Thomas Conroy. I'm Robert Fields. We're on PlayOnSports.com. And Thomas, we talked about the explosive ability of Rayvon Owens, and we've seen it there on that last drive.
Yeah, and he's really getting a big help from his offensive line. They're really giving him easy holes to run right through, separating the interior line there to really have him untouched. And, boy, once he gets out in that DB core, he is tough to handle.
Onside kick by Christian. Ball still loose on the deck. Looks like Coronado finally falls on it at about the 39-yard line.
And you caught that during pregame. You saw Powell practicing it. You were like, hey, look what's he doing out there?
Well, it was pretty obvious because they had some linemen blocking in front of him while he was trying to cover him up from the opposite side. So we knew they liked to squib kick that time. They got good distance on that one and able to just pick it up. So it's going to be first down for Coronado. Ball on the 39-yard line. Sorry, Thomas.
No, excuse me. Coronado has to do something on this drive. They keep their confidence level up.
It's going to be given. Looks like that's number 80. So Ryan Halverson on the carry there.
The second time he's been in the I formation for Coronado, and they're trying to run it right up the gut there as the interior line of the Patriots was trying to jab that ball away from his hands there. Not known as a running back, they were trying to see maybe if he was improperly holding the ball and maybe get a quick turnover.
Well, Iverson is starting to take a load of the carries for Coronado. Gain of 2 on that last play there. Brings up 2nd and 8 now for the Islanders. And flags. Well, referees come in from the sideline signaling timeout taken by Christian. Their first timeout of the first half. Again, now you're saying that the Islanders need to, after they take that timeout, they need to get something going here. Do you now let Naramore kind of put the ball out in the air, although the last drive ended with a long interception?
Yeah, but I like the way he threw the football there, Robert. You know, that I put that on the effort of the wideouts here. They got to run better routes right there, and they have to have communication with their quarterback, saying, look, maybe throw it to me about 20, 25 yards. They're giving me a lot of room. Maybe throw it on the underneath. There has to be some communication because, you got to figure this out on your own sometimes. Can't always expect your coaching staff to catch these things. It's what you see on the field as a defender is playing you.
We'll see what Coronado does on this 2nd and 8 play. I formation, 2 wide receiver set for Naramore. It's going to be a handoff to Haverson again. Not getting much push from the line, and the linemen for Christian are pushing him back. And it's going to be no gain on the play there.
Yeah, Leslie once again. Boy, he's got great penetration. He's really causing a lot of havoc in that backfield right now as he was right in on top of the running back right there. And he took him down for little no gain as Havelson really had a hard time once he got the handoff to do anything with the football.
They spotted him for a gain of 1, so ball's now marked at the 42-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Islanders. Naramore in the center having an extended conversation at the line of scrimmage. Make sure he got the snap count right. He's pointing to his wide receiver on the bottom right. Now set. And it's going to be play action pass. He's going to be looking deep. He pointed to him. He's going to go down. Coming from out of nowhere, big time on that sack there, Zane Kaufman.
Yeah, a little delayed blitz by the DN there as he went back to pass, and it looked like he was looking downfield, and then all of a sudden, Naramore had Kaufman right on top of him, could not get away from him, and another sack, and boy, tough break for Coronado there as you got to protect the quarterback, give him at least some opportunity. Second time I've seen where he's just really had no time to look downfield for any receivers.
So the Islanders will now punt after that 6-yard sack, and it's going to be deep. Back to receive is Kaufman. It goes through his hands, and he immediately falls right on it, so they'll take over at about the 21-yard line. Actually, that was Howell back there.
Howell trying to get a little extracurricular activity, and that's one thing you don't want. The referees, they don't see that initial contact. They probably would have saw Howell there and thrown the flag at him as he got in the face of the Coronado player. But, boy, that ball was hit high, and it was so high up in the air, it went past where the lights were. I was wondering, Howell maybe kind of
lost it, yeah. So they'll actually mark it at the 20-yard line for the Patriots. Big back, Owens in the backfield, single back formation, 3 wide receivers to the right. And back to pass one more time is Carrillo. Rolling out to his right, has some space. Great pass and great catch on that sideline is Kai Arvin.
Well, he really set himself up well to make that catch, Robert. You're exactly right. Carrillo, as you said, moved the pocket to the far outside and then hit the receiver right in his hands as he was patiently waiting for it and made sure he had his feet in bounds and then went out of bounds. So nice play by Arvin, Kai Arvin, the junior. You can see early on, he's probably the possession receiver right there as he really makes crisp routes to the first down marker.
Carrillo, 5 of 6 in the ball game. Back to pass again. This time it's tipped. I might have jinxed him there, but we have a penalty down. It could be roughing the passer. Kind of Carrillo's getting up off the deck.
Ryan Halverson, the running back, he was in there at the defensive end, and he came in hard on the quarterback.
So it is roughing passer. So they'll mark it off from the 31-yard line. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, I believe.
And Howerson, Robert, was lining up in the prior series on the line of scrimmage. That time he was about 2 steps off, looking like his job now is to kind of contain the flat area and hopefully try to cover one-on-one Owens. That's not a thankful proposition right there, but you see the little switch up there by the Islanders are doing now. They're trying to slow down this offense a bit.
So 3 wide receivers set one more time now on the 46-yard line for the Patriots. Going to be handed off to Owens. Bouncing around. Has a little bit of room. Cutting backfield to the left. Has a blocker in front of him. Picks up a big block by Miller. Hits the sideline. Picks up another block. Cuts back in. Dancing at about the 5. And taken out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. What a run by Rayvon Owens.
Is that Rayvon Owens or was that Barry Sanders? I mean, he juked, it stopped, and moved beautifully downfield, man. He did a tremendous job. And once again, that offensive line, he was untouched for 15-yard, Robert, right after he went through the line of scrimmage. And then he cut it outside, and then it was just really a race between the other defenders to try to take him down. And he juked his way all the way down to the 2-yard line. Great vision by Owens just to see the opening and then also in the open field to elude defenders. Boy, that was an impressive run.
53-yard run for Owens. Just needed 1 more yard. We'll see if they give it to him here. See if he can't plow it in. He's the lone back in the formation. They'll give it to him. He puts his head down, and not a good push from the lineman there. So he's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, hard stun inside by Halverson there, and he met Owens just a little bit beyond the backfield. But he kept his feet moving and almost kind of itched his way towards the end zone, couldn't get in. But I love the effort by Rayvon Owens.
Tell you what, that was a great run. Man, this place is still kind of buzzing off of that run. Picked up a couple of great blocks by his wide receivers. Fellow running back, Paris Miller, had a good block downfield for him to spring from an extra 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, that's when he cut it from the inside to the outside, and Miller picked up the DB there that extended about 5 more yards.
Owens this time spins, hits the lineman, and waiting for the signal. They're going to say he's down at the 1 yard line again. So Owens still trying to get that 1 yard. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, he got hit by the other Halverson on the roster for Coronado, Matt, a junior there on the DB coming in on the stunt and hit him hard right above the hip there to slow him down.
So 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. Rayvon Owens looking for possibly his 3rd rushing touchdown already in the first half. He's a single back, big formation, couple extra tight ends in the play for the Patriots.
Maybe a little sneak to George.
And it's going to be Owens. He powers his way in.
Why wouldn't you? He did it all in that drive. He should have ended it, and he did nicely. Right over the tackle there. It looked like Leslie was the big-time blocker on that side as he created a nice opening, hooked his defender inside and allowed Owens to go unscathed into the end zone.
So pinning the extra point, looks like Patriots are going to take a 21-7 lead here. On the field to kick the extra point is Mason Powell. Snap is down, kick is up, through the uprights it goes. 21-7 is our score from Granite Hills High School as the Christian Patriots are on top of the visiting Coronado Islanders.
Juice Electric provides quality electric contracting for over 27 years as they have a staff that has over 40 years of experience in the industry. Specializing in small to medium-sized jobs for both residential and commercial projects. Remember Juice Electric. As they say, they just keep your juice flowing. Call Joe Juice at 619-464-6650.
Christian with a 2-minute drive to taking it the length of the field, 80 yards, thanks to a big 53-yard run by Rayvon Owens, giving them a 21-7 lead in the second quarter of play on PlayOnSports.com. Back deep to receive for the Islanders is Weisenfels, and it's going to be another little swib kick, and it's going to have a little bit of room, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. But I tell you what, George was almost there to pick that one up for the Patriots.
Yeah, he kicked it to the near sideline, almost in no man's land. There was not an Islander in its sight. And, boy, George ran down the field, and if he picked that ball up, that would have been a live ball, and he could have walked into the end zone. So nice communications there with Powell and George. Obviously, that's a planned play, and he almost made it happen.
So for the second time today, the Islanders will start at the 35-yard line.
And that's one thing I've noticed about Christian doing a game early in the year. They really press you on all facets of the game. They really make sure that you're on top of your game and you don't let anything slip by, because that play could have easily been their ball.
Going to be an inside handoff. Not getting much groove on that is Colin Sweeney for Coronado. Correction, that was Jake Shepard on the carry.
Well, Shepard had the big run for the touchdown. Nice to see him get back into the game. Try to get a couple of yards, but right now that Patriots interior line defensively is just getting right in that backfield, as they're not getting much resistance at all from the Islanders' O-line.
Yeah, he spoke to Shepard's 25-yard run that came early in the first quarter to open the scoring of the ball game. He's the fullback here in the I formation for the Islanders. It's going to be given to the tailback, and again, right to the line of scrimmage, and all kind of Patriot jerseys are there.
Now, once again, I sound like a broken record, but it is exactly what's happening. That interior line, Leslie and company are getting right on top of those runners. They don't really have a whole lot of room or running space to do much of anything after the handoff.
Weisenfels was the one on that last carry.
And if you can't have your running game going, it puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback to really complete the ball, and for Nevermore, he has not had much time to throw the football here this evening.
Nevermore under center, 4 wide receivers set this time. Might be going in the air. He is. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Quick pass is going to be bobbled and dropped by Troy Lindell.
Yeah, Lindell heard some footsteps as number 24, Paris Miller, was coming over. Gave him a good lick and dislodged the ball away from him for an incomplete pass.
So it's going to bring up 4th down, and out comes the punting unit for Coronado. And that was a quick 3 and out for them.
And that's not what the coaching staff wants, Robert. They do not want to have the ball go back to Christian offensively because they are on fire.
And back to receive is Howell. Howell coming along the left sideline, picks up a big block, nearly steps out of bounds, and he does step out of bounds. They're going to mark him out at the 42-yard line. A little extracurricular activities and a couple of flags.
Yeah, right now the frustration's coming out of the Islanders. Let's see if it's a retaliation penalty because Paris Miller was right in it with a couple of Coronado players. And it looks like the initial reaction, Robert, from the referees is it's going to be a personal foul penalty on Christian.
Referees are sorting it out, and they always usually get the guy that hits second. And you said it was Paris Miller. He was down there in the ruckus. They're going to mark the ball at the 42-yard line. And that penalty, so maybe offsetting penalties. So luck's out. They'll start the ball at the 42-yard line. Will the Patriots holding a 21-7 lead with 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Yeah, the officials did a great job there. You got to believe one of the back judges saw Coronado initiate contact, and he came in and said, hey, both sides were in on that. Let's have offsetting penalties.
So Carrillo, 3 wide receivers set for him. Back to pass, quick 2-step drop. Those over the middle, this time just over the outstretched hands of Kai Arvin. The second incomplete pass of the game for Michael Carrillo.
Yeah, 3-step drop and threw across the middle. This a little bit high over Kai's outstretched arms there for the incomplete pass, but I like the play.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. And what do you think about passing on first down? You typically don't see that a lot.
I like it. You're hot right now. You got to keep this defense back on their feet.
And Carrillo back to pass, looking for a screenplay, and unable to get loose was Rayvon as he was being held. Rayvon Owens.
Hey, Colin Sweeney. That's a new way of defending. Owens just hold on to his jersey. Make sure he's not going to catch the football. I like that.
Say, I'm not going to let you. You're going to hold me for blocking for a little while longer.
And what happened there was, I believe, one of the offensive linemen for Christian was also trying to block Sweeney. So I think the referees missed that because of the big body on top of him.
Yeah, Sweeney sniffed that screen play out. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now, a probably definite passing down. But with the speedy Owens, you never know. Islanders showing blitz on the outside. They come. Here comes on the outside. He gets walloped. Ball comes loose. Is going to be picked back up by the Patriots. But big-time blindside hit coming in for Coronado Islanders.
Robbie Weisenfeld.
Was Weisenfeld.
Yeah, he showed it all the way. You called it, Robert. He came in from looked like the safety position, just ran up, waited right behind the outside linebacker, and then came in off the snap, untouched. Nobody called the check there on the offensive line for Christian. Let him come in right on Carrillo and have an open shot. And boy, they're lucky they didn't turn that ball over. Great reaction by Paris Miller from the opposite side. They jump on that football.
So an 11-yard loss on the play.
Typically, an offensive line will call a check if they see either DB, a safety, or that time coming up to the line of scrimmage to kind of change the blocking scheme, and you kind of have to account for the outside guy, and then you just kind of switch off the old blocking scheme by one to whatever side the new defender comes from. And right there, nobody did that there. And boy, that could have been serious harm for Christian. They avoided a big turnover. And
a high snap on the punt. Goes back to the 5-yard line, and just falling on it is Stephon Johnston.
But I think he'd been better off just kicking it out of bounds there and taking the safety. He jumped on top of the football. I think I would have just grabbed it and just kicked it out of the back end of the end zone for the safety. Because I'd rather give up 2 points and play with my defense than have them have the ball inside the 5 and giving them an excellent opportunity to gain 4 yards for a touchdown. Because even if they get the punt on the after the 2-point safety. Oh, great penetration there by Christian.
And Christian stops him on that first down run. So that bad snap again. Got Coronado the ball on the 4-yard line.
Nice. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Nice to see Trenton Sauls because he got injured in the El Cajon Valley game, injured an ankle in that game, and it's great to see him back on the field. I covered that game, and that junior had a tremendous game that night from the inside linebacker position. So great to see him back on the field.
So 2nd and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. It's going to be a pitch out to Haverson. Cuts back inside, and it's going to be taken down at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, great read by the Patriots there. They knew exactly what he was going to be doing as a runner, as that backside of the defense stayed in their lanes and gobbled them up immediately for a short gain.
So with 1:26 to go, timeout taken by Coronado, their second timeout of the first half. They're going to talk this one over. They really want to get a score here. They want to get 6 or 7 points on the board.
Yeah, and Robert, I know their passing game is struggling. We documented it in the first quarter, but boy, I think I would have taken a shot in the end zone to kind of catch them off stride, see if I could get something going. I mean, right now you got to kind of switch it up and hopefully maybe you catch them off balance here, but they chose the running game, and now they put themselves in a difficult position because, I mean, if you're gonna throw it here on 3rd down, I gotta believe you're gonna throw it again on 4th down or come up with another offensive running play.
The Islanders will have 2 yards to go to get into the end zone after the timeout. We have 1:26 to go in the first half of play. In a kind of back and forth game, we saw a little bit of jitters in the beginning and looked like Christian was starting to settle down. And then they have the big time sack and then the bad snap on their last drive. Now Coronado takes over on the 4-yard line, looking to capitalize off of the turnover. Ball on the 2, and we have a false start on the play. And it looks like Austin Rumble, the sophomore, never even got set, so I'm surprised they even caught that. But they ran to the line of scrimmage. He bent down and leaned right forward.
And that's frustration right there. You call a timeout, you send a play in, you kind of talk it over with your entire team, and then you can't even execute it. And that's a sheer frustration. You can see it on the other sideline, the far sidelines by the whole Islander team as they're just not executing right now. And more importantly, Robert, they don't have confidence in themselves offensively. They looks like the entire 11-man team that's on the field expects something bad to happen, and that's not good if you're thinking about scoring.
And I think the coaching staff is maybe mentioning what I said. They never really got set to call that false start. So he's talking to a couple of the referees on the sideline.
Might be asking them, hey, you guys aren't from Seattle now, are you?
So it looks like they're going to pick up the flag. The referee picked up as if he was waving the flag off. He's hustling back onto the field. Oh, they waved off the delay of game penalty. So false start stands in the books. 3rd and 7. Naramore back to pass play action under pressure. Rolls out to his left. Throwing back across his body and incomplete pass in the end zone. So Coronado unable to get into the end zone that 3rd down play thanks to the pressure of Christian.
Yeah, Nevermore, he had he accelerated outside, trying to extend the pocket to the far outside, trying to get around that defender. Barely got around him, but couldn't get him enough mustard on the football as he did have an open wide out there near the back cone there. But boy, if they could have maintained their block just a little bit more and given him a little bit more time, he would have had a touchdown pass there, Jordan Nevermore.
Weisenfeld's the kicker for Coronado. Snap is down, kick is up, and split through the uprights is good. So the field goal is good for Naramore.
Boy, in frustration. Boy, you get a great play there. You get the ball inside the 5, Robert, and you only come up with 3 points. This adds a more of a frustrating season for Coronado there, as they needed a touchdown. They gained some little confidence, thinking they can get back in this football game.
So the score is 21-10 now on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP.
So with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go, Christian back to receive the kickoff from the Islanders. Islanders started on the 4-yard line, but if you're Christian, like you said, you got to kind of be happy only holding them to 3 points on that drive there that started at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, and I like the guy that's standing back there, Philip George. He seems like he's ready to kind of get himself on the board there with a good return.
And he'll be able to return this one as it he won't. He was back to playing shortstop, and it took a bounce on him and went past him into the end zone. So Patriots will take over at the 20-yard line.
And doesn't he know that pigskin kind of bounces crazy?
It's an oblong shape.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. The leather oblong shaped ball.
And then not a bad play, because if somehow you kind of mishandle the football and get hit, cause another turnover. So if you're not sure you can make a play, let it go in the end zone, and you start at your own 20.
Christian, 20-yard line, minute 15 to go. We'll see if they have a hurry-up offense with Michael Carrillo. Sending a man in motion. It's going to be a double handoff, and here comes a big man, Miller, out the backfield. Cuts back. He has plenty of room to run at the 50. Trying to outrace the defender. Gives him a stiff arm down to the 25-yard line. Big-time run by Paris Miller.
Yeah, he went through the middle of the field and expecting to hit somebody. He kind of slowed up. And then when he realized he had a lot of open field, he accelerated to the outside and really got taken down from behind. But, boy, this is a deadly combination of running backs, Owens and Miller. You don't want to meet them because they both can run and run effectively.
55-yard run by Paris Miller. And this time is going to be given, looks like that's Kaufman along the right-hand side, bounce along the outside, gets the corner, a late flag comes in, ball gets tossed up in the air, tips into the end zone. Coronado's going to pick it up in the end zone. Referee signals it dead, and it's going to be a touchback. Coronado picks the ball up. So in theory, Coronado can actually decline this penalty if it's holding.
And take the football.
And take the football back out at the 20-yard line.
Wow, I've never seen that.
And that's exactly what they do. So it was holding on the Patriots, and then a touchback in the end zone. So with 44 seconds to go, what kind of action is that? Now Coronado takes back over.
Zane Kaufman, and he had a lot of open space. He went to the far sidelines there, and it looked like he was going to get pushed out of bounds, and then somehow the ball got detached from him, went straight up in the air, and rolled in the end zone. And, boy, what an alert Islander defender that does it, jump on the football and get that touchback. Smart play, and they dodge a big bullet there because they look like they were ready to give up another touchdown.
So we'll see if Coronado maybe is content being down 21-10, or will they try to score here with 44 seconds to go. Naramore under center, 4 wide receiver set. And it's going to be a handoff, and not getting much push on that play there. Looked like that was Weisenfels again in the backfield.
And I think offensively, stop with the 4 wide set if you're not going to throw the football, because because you got to bring 2 tight ends in and then try to get some help there on that front line, because they are just penetrating, and you're not allowing your running backs any move. I mean, they literally have defenders right on top of them as they're getting the handoff. They can't even make a juke or an outside move to kind of get some open field on there. So if you're gonna stay out in the 4 wide, then throw the football. But if not, take 2 wide receivers out of the game and bulk up on the line. Well,
we'll see what Coronado does, make adjustments at halftime, because that's the whistle to end the first half of play. At the end of a half, The visiting Coronado Islanders 10, the host Christian Patriots 21. We'll be back in a few moments with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you from Granite Hills High School in El Cajon, California. I'm Robert Fields alongside Thomas Conroy. Our halftime score is 21-7. The Coronado Islanders are trailing the Christian Patriots. And Thomas, we know that Coronado wanted to come into this game and run the ball. They haven't been able to do so. 43 yards total rushing in that first half.
Yeah, you got to give the credit all to Tyler Leslie and the whole entire defensive front line for the Christian Patriots, because they've been right on top of that, right on top of the running backs immediately as they get the ball handed off by Justin Nevermore Nevermore, excuse me. And it's just been a tough night, and really, they're gonna have to come up with a solution to kind of possibly open this game. Open up their offensive game plan. I know that the passing, we mentioned it in the first half, they haven't done a whole lot of passing, only averaging over 49 yards per game, but they're going to have to come up with something because of the running game, as you said, is really struggling tonight, and if they don't have that going for them, then it's just going to be a long night defensively for them. And
by comparison, some pretty good balance on the other side of the field for the Patriots. 96 yards through the air, plenty of yards rushing. Owens has 122 yards. Miller has 86 yards rushing himself. Owens has 3 touchdowns to go with it. So good balance on the opposite side by the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, and, if you came into this contest just wondering how good of a football player Javon Owens it was, well, you go watch that first half and you can come to a quick conclusion that he's an exceptional back and will probably play at the next level of some form. Great acceleration, really reads the whole field well as he makes his cuts after the initial hole and really separates himself from the defense, and he makes himself really hard to get a good hit on him as he stops and jukes and moves on a dime about as well as anybody here in San Diego County.
And now what about the player Michael Carrillo doing an outstanding job, very effective, 6 for 8. Throwing the ball through the air, 96 yards. We'll see if they maybe get him going even more in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, and again, the offensive line giving him a lot of time, and he's been making excellent reads. Has challenged the defense a little bit deep downfield when they were coming up with the blitz, and then obviously hitting his possession receivers in the middle of the field.
Well, that's going to do it for a PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Friday Night Football will return in just a few moments with the start of the second half right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. You're watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from San Diego, El Cajon, California. I'm Robert Fields along with Thomas Conroy. The Patriots lead the Islanders by the score of 21-10. Again, that's Christian against Coronado. And we're getting ready to start the second half action as Coronado will receive to start the second half. Again, they trail 21-7. 7 drives in the first half for Coronado, resulting in a touchdown and field goal, obviously, to get to the 10 points. As we have a quick little up in the air kick, and it's going to be taken by the up man. He's going to be going back down at about the 39-yard line for Coronado.
Yeah, Josh Espindola there makes the catch for Coronado, Robert, and got good field position. So, they've had decent field position to start the drives all night with the short kicking game by Christian and trying to catch them off balance on the kicking team. So they can't complain that they've been pinned deep in their own zone because they've been starting relatively, I think that the worst field position was maybe at the 27-yard line.
So they opened the drive in the first half with the turnover on downs and a touchdown third drive interception, fourth drive punt, fifth drive punt, sixth drive field goal, and the seventh one in at the half. Has a handoff here. And on the carry for Coronado. One more time is Weisenfels.
He's a tough, gritty little football player. He really puts his body out there and really tries to make something out of nothing there. And got decent run right there off the tackle there. Picking it up was Kaufman on the stop for Christian.
We'll call it a gain of 5 for Weisenfels. Ball is marked at the 44-yard line. So that's a way to start the second half. If you're having trouble rushing the ball, you get a outstanding positive drive, positive rush on first down. Anything over 3 or 4 yards is going to be a big benefit. Here comes 4 wide. We'll see if they actually pass this time with Naramore. He'll back to pass. Quick 3-step drop. Throws out. Has Weisenfels. Makes a couple man miss. Gets to the 50. Picks up a first down. And now they're passing the ball a little bit.
Short drop by Nevermore, but got it out quickly, as you said, to Weisenfels. And Weisenfels made a smart move. Fake going outside and then cut sharply inside, trying to catch that defense kind of off balance, and he did, as he picked up about at least maybe 3 to 4 extra yards right there on a play that maybe should have went no more than right at the first down marker.
Call it a gain of about 10 on the play. 46-yard line. And it's going to be handoff one more time. Trying to bust through is Jake Shepard.
Boy, and you got to believe that the Coronado coaching staff kind of, you maybe not want to be in that locker room there because they didn't play very well. But this offensive line is coming out spirited here in the second half and really opened up some holes now for their running game.
Yeah, calling another gain of 5 there on that run. So ball's marked at the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Islanders.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier play calling when, as you said, you can get 3 to maybe 4 yards on the first down play.
Another handoff, this time gaining maybe about 2 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Sebastian Swift, inside linebacker for Christian right there. This kind of bottled up the play right there as he put himself right in the hole there to make a good stop, good tackle there on the Coronado runner. And now we're here on 3rd down in short yardage, Robert. You could possibly see them come up with another pass play out into the flat area.
Again, at the 39-yard line, 2 wide receiver set. It's going to be a play action fake under pressure, looking for a screen. Ball tipped in the air. I think that might have been picked off. Did Rayvon Owens get his paws on it? He did. Interception by Rayvon Owens.
Wow, great read by Rayvon. He cut right in front of the intended pass receiver. It was Jake Shepard who scored the touchdown for Coronado in the first half. That time Owens stepped right in front of him as he smelt out that screen pass and picked up a beautiful interception and stops the drive at the 39-yard line for Coronado.
So Christian's opening drive of the second half ends in interception. Sorry, Coronado's opening drive ends in interception. Christian now takes over. They go 3 wide receiver with Owens and single back. They're taking over on the 39-yard line. And right over the middle is going to be caught by Kai Arvan. And we have another penalty on the far side.
I didn't see what that play was. I was watching Arvin make another beautiful route right there as you really made Weisenfels kind of off balance there. Couldn't stay with him as he looked like he faked going deep downfield and came back with a nice curl move for Carrillo, a nicely soft throw right into his hands for close to the first down.
So they have a personal foul on
Coronado.
So they marked up the original pass was caught at about the 47-yard line. And then they tack it on to the end of the play. They take it all the way down to the opposite 39-yard line.
And that's just a little frustration there, as this defense has been kind of really manhandled by by Christian all night, and it's gotten a little chippy at times with the late hits and the aggressiveness on the Islanders' side.
So they're at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. And it's going to be handoff to Miller. Double reverse. No, Miller's going to keep it himself. Has it on the right side. Gets to the corner. Right around the first down marker where he steps out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him in front or just behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the lead back in front of him was Trayvon Owens. He laid out a nice block on the cornerback there to allow Miller to get that first down possibly. Or no, they're ruling him a little bit short.
So gain of 8 is going to bring up 2nd and 2.
But good to see both backs complimenting one another right there. Owens laying out a defender to give Miller some extra room on the outside.
So mark it at the 31-yard line for Christian. Carrillo under center, 2 wide receiver set. Back to pass. Pump fake, and he's going to go down.
Delayed blitz right there. Came from the inside, and that was number 52, Jarrett Meone, the junior. Came in nicely, made a good stop.
So they push him back to the 37-yard line. So a sack and a 6-yard loss on the sack.
And the problem there is Carrillo looking downfield, really kind of looking to see who's open, and doesn't really see the initial. If he doesn't see an initial blitz scheme, then you get that delayed reaction, and it's hard for him to kind of counter that as he's looking for receivers downfield.
Back to pass, and good. It looks like that post pass by Arvan. I don't know if he caught it. He's still on the deck. They will say he caught it, and it's going to be a first down, but he's still down. He's kind of turning around in pain, and they're going to get the trainers out.
Yeah, Coronado came in hard. 2 defenders came right on top of him. He sacrificed his body for that first down, boy, and that was a big-time hit by one of the Coronado safeties. I think that was 31. Yeah, it was. It was Gabe Grandos. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Then tell your school to sign up for PlayOn Sports School Broadcasting Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Accurate Underground and Grading has been serving the San Diego and surrounding communities for over 30 years. Their services include grading, custom home pads, water, sewer lines, underground utilities, road, fire hydrants, sports arenas, brush clearing, and much more. Please contact Mike Tobiasen at 760-789-8792 or visit their website at accurateundergroundandgrading.com to see how accurate they can serve you today. And on behalf of all the folks at Accurate Underground and Grading, go Pats.
So Ervans walks off under his own power. That's a good sign. He'll take a play off. 3 wide receiver set for the Patriots. Picks up that first down on that catch of 8 yards. So 1st and 10. And it's going to be handed off once again to the big man as Owens picks up about 6 yards on that carry there.
Yeah, he showed some strength right there, Robert, carrying 3 defenders as he went right over the guard there on the left side. And kept his legs moving and got close to that first down marker. So good strong running there by Rayvon Owens.
So 2nd and 4, ball marked at the 23-yard line for the Patriots. Opening drive of the second half for them. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left to go. And it's going to be a delayed handoff. And there's Owens. Nobody in front of him. Touchdown, Patriots.
Yeah, misdirection draw play to Owens. Give all the credit to the Patriots offensive line because they open up a huge hole. And once again, once he gets through the line of scrimmage, no defender can run him as he really gets about a 10-yard advantage on them right up the gut. And the safety should be the last, the lone setback there, and he was nowhere in sight as Owens blew right by him.
So Owens' 23-yard touchdown, and extra point up and through the uprights it goes. He gives the Patriots a 28-10 lead in the third quarter of play here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information to great highlights. Follow us on Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can have access to thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Owens with his 4th rushing touchdown of the game, giving him 9 touchdowns on the year for Christian. So Christian will now kick off from the 40-yard line, customary. Again, back to receive for Coronado is Weisenfels. We'll see if they give a little dribbler again. It's going to be a little squib kick. It's going to be taken by the up man and down at about the 37-yard line where Coronado will take over.
Yeah, Alex Walt right there, the up man, made the catch on the fly. Got a few yards after he made sure he secured the football.
They're going to mark it actually at the 38-yard line for Coronado. So 1st and 10. Second drive of the second half. 6 minutes and 47 seconds to go for the Islanders. Formation for Naramore. And I think that might have been a botched snap.
And actually, he got run over by Shepard, the fullback, so somebody had the wrong play. I mean, it's bad enough he's going to hit by Christian. You don't need to get hit by your own players.
Nonetheless, the play gained 0 yards. So it's going to still be 2nd and 10 for the Islanders. And if you're a Christian, your last drive in an interception, you still trust Naramore back there to throw the ball? He has 2 interceptions on the night.
Yeah, I like the short drop. I do like the way he throws the football. Obviously, that last play was just a tremendous effort by Owens.
Looking for the option. Naramore's going to keep it this time. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. So first time we're seeing the option out of Coronado. Maybe a change at the halftime. They wanted to show something different to these Patriots.
Yeah, you got to find something. You got to open up that playbook because whatever they were calling in the first half obviously wasn't working. So I like the effort by their coaching staff to try to come up with some plays there, see if they catch them off balance.
3rd and 5 now for the Islanders. Full wide receiver set. Will Naramore go back to pass? He will. 3 quick step drop. Ball's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Islanders. Decision time here for them.
Yeah, junior Zach Welch playing the outside linebacker position came up, saw the pass, and knocked it down there. So got his hands up, as they teach you in camp. Keep your hands up on a passing down. The D lineman, and he got a ball knocked away.
So will be a punt for the Islanders. Got a little bit of a high snap. It's going to be punted away nonetheless anyways. Trevor Howell is back to receive at about the 10-yard line. One man makes a move, gets a good block there. Going across the field to the 9 is going to be horse collar tackle. No flag comes in, so I guess it wasn't quite a horse collar.
Slightly horse collar.
Yeah.
Nice punt, though. Nice reaction by the Coronado punter there. Zach Kozlik there. It's a high snap to him, and he got the ball off because normally that time it takes a tremendous concentration to get that. They kind of get off stride there and punt it off. But, boy, showed tremendous boom on that play. Oh, on that kick, I should say.
Christian takes over on the 14-yard line. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play. They lead 28-10. Carrillo with the man in motion. It's going to be a delayed handoff one more time, and Miller this time picks up about 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, that misdirection draw play has just worked tremendously tonight. Coronado has no clue on how to stop that. Once again, the offensive line does a great job of just opening up the hole there and really forcing the DBs and the linebackers to make play on whoever runs the football for Christian.
And it's tough when you have outstanding runners and Zane, Kaufman, Owens, and Miller. All these guys are moving around back there. You don't know who is going to get the ball on some of these misdirections. Here comes Kaufman in motion. It's going to be another delay handoff. Here comes out the backfield. I believe that's Owens. He busts to the outside, gets a good block. Down the left sideline he goes to the 50-yard line where he's going to be marked out of bounds.
Philip George got away with a nice crackback block there, but it could have went either way. But boy, he was right on the borderline, and coaches will always tell you, if you think you're going to get a foul, or a penalty, I should say, don't make the block. But that time he did it, and that's allowed Owens to use his speed out on the outside, because that just swallowed up the safety there. They had to get pursuit from the far side to chase him down. Another great run by Owens. Boy, he is something special.
Goes in the book for a 29-yard gain for Rayvon Owens. 3 wide receiver set for Carrillo, rolling out to his right, looking to pass back. Is going to be caught this time by Johnston. He has a little room, couple blockers in front of him. Zigging and zagging, gets to that sideline, has a block down to 20. Trying to outrace the man, cuts back, makes a great move into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow, tremendous effort by Johnson there, but a lot of arm tackles by Coronado. But man, did he make a lot of moves on right there for the touchdown.
There is a flag on the play, and they're going to bring this one back.
Holding on the far side. I mean,
wow.
I mean, it's so far away from the play. How could that affect that play?
You talked about the effort there. Johnson had a great effort in running that one in.
Coronado dodges another bullet. So, obviously, the way the flag is, Robert, it would probably be on the opposite side wide receiver around that.
Yeah, and it's
on that play.
5-yard holding penalty. Wow. So now ball's marked at the 43-yard line. And Owens nearly picks up a lot of the yards right back, takes it down to the 45-yard line.
Once again, opening up the holes, letting Owens run through. They're not really doing anything special offensively running the football, Christian. Passing-wise, they're doing a great effort. But, boy, you got to give credit to that front line, offensively and defensively. Christian, they have really controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball all evening tonight.
2nd and 4 for the Patriots. Miller goes in motion. He'll take this handoff, bust around to the right side, cuts back inside near first down marker. It's going to come up just about a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Patriots.
Miller, again, he has the acceleration. Once he gets beyond that tackle there, he has the strength to take on those little smallest cornerbacks, lower his shoulder and go right through them, and still has enough speed outside to kind of really force a safety to kind of shorten up his stride and try to make a good open field tackle, and then he could blow right by him for a long gain.
Carrillo under center. It's going to be a handoff. One more time to Owens. Still on his feet. Picks up a first down, and it's going to be taken down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and effectively running the football right now is basically taking all the air out of this Coronado defense. They've been on the field way too long, and they all look exhausted. You can see them on the field. A lot of them have their hands right around their hips, and that's usually the telling sign that they're tired and need a blow.
So we're going to mark it at the 32-yard line, call it a gain of 10 on the play. Back to passes. Carrillo's going to be caught by Miller. Spin, makes a man miss. Jukes another man, and finally taken down at the 10-yard line. Great open field moves there by Paris Miller.
Yeah, the safety cheated up, thought he was going to make that play on Miller on the screen pass, but Arvin came up, made a tremendous block on him. That allowed Miller to cut it inside, and then quickly made a sharp cut as the other safety came up to go back to the outside and get good yardage. Boy, these running backs, both Miller and Owens, great, tremendous vision to see what's open there in the open field.
And throwing a fade to George, back of the end zone, touchdown.
Protecting what matters to you most is what Mass Mutual does. For financial services if you need financial services, call Steve Carrillo at 408-892-5300.
Michael Carrillo with a pass to Phillip George. 11-yard touchdown pass on the play. So on for the extra point. Kick is up through the uprights. And the Patriots lead 35-10 with a minute 53 to go in the third quarter of play.
Support for Christian high school football comes from Chisholm Brothers Painting, an insured licensed residential painting contractor that specializes in homes throughout San Diego. A local family-run operation for more than 30 years, Chisholm Brothers is well known for producing some of the finest paint jobs by their incredible team of painters. Their goal is to provide you with one-of-kind experience by doing it the right way. For a free painting estimate, call 858-571-0676 or visit them on their website at chisholmbrothers.com.
And I was just getting ready to say, we haven't heard much from George. Again, he had the interception early in the ball game after he had the first fumble. That time he's a big-time athlete on that far side. Kind of just throw a fade up. And great touch on that pass by Michael Carrillo.
Oh, tremendous throw. And as he said, it's just really running to that far cone and just allowing enough kind of hang on the ball to allow George to make the catch and still have enough time to get his feet in bounds for the touchdown.
Mason Powell with the little dribbler. It's going to take a big high bounce and taken down by Coronado at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there goes those crazy bounces again. And Coronado, they've been lucky a few times. It looked like they possibly could have lost a football. George was humming in right on that ball. And I didn't see the number, but boy, whoever did that for Coronado made a nice play to cover that up.
So they'll mark it at the 25 where Coronado will take over on downs. They trail 35-10. Rough day at quarterback for Naramore. Couple interceptions on the night. Back to pass again. Under pressure. Rough day continues, and he goes down and is sacked for a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, with this big lead now, Christian can just kind of concentrate. If you're going to throw the football, they're going to pin their ears back and just go right after the quarterback. And that time they did it right there. He tried to set up, and he's not getting any time whatsoever to set his feet to throw the football.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 now for the Islanders. Four wide receiver set. Trailing, they kind of have to pass, like you said, and Christian can bring some pressure. Naramore back to pass, still under pressure one more time. Escapes the first man, but not the second. Down he goes. Another sack that time by Trenton Sauls.
Yeah, you lined up right over the center, Robert, and just basically challenged him to take him on one-on-one. He threw him off to the side and came right after the quarterback. So tremendous effort by Sauls. And to me, it's really that's key for Christian because they're seeing that ankle injury that he sustained in a road game to El Cajon Valley early in the season. It's fully healed right there as he had great leverage and really used a power rush there on the center.
So goes for about a 6-yard sack. Brings up 3rd and 16 for the Islanders. Taking a little extra time in the huddle. Got to hurry to the line of scrimmage for this one. Again, 4 wide receiver set for Naramore. 2 consecutive sacks on the drive. This time rolling out to his left. Throwing back across his body, and that one, no wide receiver in sight. So it's going to bring out the punting unit for Coronado.
Yeah, tried to move the pocket, but that time Zach Welsh came untouched from the opposite side and laid a lick on Naramore just as he released the football. You know, he's just not getting enough time, and, you know, that's a scary proposition for a quarterback. You're moving the pocket, and then that leaves your whole entire back vulnerable to that opposite side hit from the backside.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter of play as time expires after that play. So at the end of 3, 35-10, Christian Patriots on top of the Coronado Islanders.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also a place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. Juice Electric provides quality electric contracting for over 27 years with a staff that has over 40 years of experience. They specialize in small to medium-sized jobs for both residential and commercial projects. Remember Juice Electric. They keep your juice flowing. Call Joe Juice at 619-464-6650.
So Coronado's going to open the fourth quarter with the punt. Back to receive for Christian is Trevor Howe. Gets the punt off. Howe's going to receive it at about the 45-yard line. Makes the first man miss, and it's going to be taken down at the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, once he got around that initial defender, I thought he had a little open space. Give credit for the Islanders to kind of come up on top of him and kind of corral him right at about the 42-yard line. An excellent field position for Christian.
So Christian, they'll take over at the 42-yard line.
You got to believe Robert Owens has to be close to 200 yards tonight rushing.
In motion is Miller. He's going to be taking a handoff. He's going to pass. Has a man going deep. And that's George one more time. Catches at the 10, 5, touchdown, halfback pass, little trickery, and it results in a touchdown for the Christian Patriots.
Yeah, and that play was designed specifically for future opponents to make sure that they practice that, because Miller showed an excellent arm there. Was trying to be an off-tackle play. He stops in his tracks, sees that George is beating his defender, and he throws a perfect spiral down the sidelines for the touchdown.
Well, they had a halfback pass for a touchdown early in the year. And they bring it out to play here again. And extra point is up through the uprights. It goes. Our score is now 42-10 as the Patriots are on top.
Got a flag on the field. I don't know what this is about. Could be just extracurricular activities.
It's going to be excess on the kickoff, I'm sure. So Christian with the one-play drive that took all of 6 seconds off of the clock.
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Accurate Underground and Grading has been serving San Diego and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Their services include grading, custom house pad, water and sewer lines, underground utilities, roads, fire hydrants, sports arenas, brush clearing, and much more. Please contact Mike Tobiasen at 760-789-8792 or visit their website at AccurateUndergroundGrading.com to see how Accurate can serve you today. And on behalf of the folks at Accurate Underground and Grading, go Patriots.
Penalty was on the Islanders on that kickoff on the extra point, so it's going to be assessed on the kickoff. So Christian will kick off from the Islander 45-yard line. And he's going to give it a good boot, possibly through the uprights. Falls just short, but it's going to be a touchback. And Coronado will take over on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you wonder if they knew how to actually cover kicking a ball straight all the way downfield. You have to stay in your lane, so they got lucky the ball got kicked out of bounds. Or out of the end zone, excuse me. Or Jordan Navarone, Robert, he's kind of walking out there, a little bow-legged. Looks like he's a little battered from the evening. He's taking a lot of hits, but boy, great to see him out there still trying to battle here, even though he's down big time.
High formation, and it's going to be option pass. He's going to pitch it back, and not much going on there for Weisenfels.
Yeah, I think that play was, I've been hitting it enough. How about you take over for a little bit?
He did give that option up pretty quick, and it's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12. You never like the option when your quarterback just picks it up and pitches it right away without hitting that corner at least. Narramore this time under center. It's going to be a handoff to the back. Shepard pushes the power forward, gaining about 4 on the play.
And this is really a tough rebuilding year for Coronado. You look at last year; they had a very good year, 9-4, and they'll be going out 1-5 heading into next week. And for them, their schedule, Robert, had some tough games. They have to go on the road next week to play Claremont, and then they follow up that the following week to play University City on their home field.
Yeah, tough season gets even tougher, and you never want to be the opponent on homecoming. They're homecoming against Christian, and they're also going to be homecoming for Claremont next week. So brutal schedule for Coronado. And Narramore goes down, another sack for the Patriots.
Once again, the defensive line of the Patriots gets right on top of him. He's going back in his drop, and then he immediately feels the pressure. That's not a pleasant feeling. And
Narramore is still down, tried to get up and collapsed right back down on his knees, and now rolls over to his back as the training staff comes out to tend to him.
Yeah, and Coach Isabella may just have to switch quarterbacks here just to protect the young man from really the long night and the amount of hits that he has taken here this evening. He is now sitting up, so that's a good sign. For Coronado, they've they're really going to have to look at their offensive scheme and maybe try to make some tweaks here to kind of help them out, because this has been a really tonight. Just a very hard for them to get anything going. If you can't get any blocking schemes, you got to help them out. And I was suggesting earlier, and I still believe it. They got to use maybe a little bit more tight end formations just to help out, to try to stop this penetration that comes on every play, because they're not getting anything going offensively.
That was the 5th sack of the game for the Patriots, but numerous rushes and numerous hits on Narramore, and he's going to be carried off the field as he's limping, possible left leg injury. So the sideline staff will tend to him. And kick is off, the punt is off. Back to receive is Howell for the Patriots. Along the left sideline, he's going to maybe reverse field. No, unable to do so. He's going to be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Another good punt by Coronado, as Howell kind of weaves his way through the return defense team by the Islanders. And it gives them, once again, good yardage here, or good field position.
42-10. They start on the 42-yard line to the Patriots. Last drive took all of 6 seconds. It was a halfback pass from Miller to George. George is going to be flanked out to the right. Kai Arvan to the left. As a slot running back who may come in motion. It's a single back formation. Coming in motion one more time is Kaufman. It's going to be handoff to Kaufman. Lead blocker out there is Miller. And Kaufman gets around the corner to the 50, to the 55, where he's pushed out of bounds and very close to the first down for the Patriots.
Yeah, great second effort there by Kaufman. As you said, got outside and really got a nice block there by Miller, the lead back there. Kind of hooked the defender away from the runner, give him some open space. And now you're seeing the joys of victory here, because George and Rayvon Owens have their helmets off on the sidelines. I don't think they'll be going in offensively anymore this evening.
Call it a gain of 13, ball marked at the 43-yard line. And going to be a delayed handoff to Owens, still bouncing around, spins. Actually, that's Miller, makes a couple men miss, bounces to the left side, back inside to the 20 where he's taken down, but a flag on the play. Well, I think this one's going to come down, but wow, spinning in traffic was Paris Miller.
Yeah, great effort there. Great great spin move on the inside linebacker there. Left him in his tracks as he just kept going downfield, trying to get to the outside. And then once he did, he used his acceleration and beat multiple defenders downfield.
It all goes for naught as they have a penalty on the play. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's going to take the ball back to the 49-yard line of the Islanders. So it's going to be 1st and 16 for the Patriots. And handoff one more time to Miller. Has some room. Goes through the linebackers, carries him for an extra yard. Had 3 people on him. Big time running there by Paris Miller.
Yeah, he just lowered his shoulder once again. Same exact play that he ran for the huge gain that got called for the holding penalty. This time he lowered his shoulder on that inside linebacker and drove him and carried him near the 35-yard line. So excellent run by Miller as he just keeps on chugging. It looks like now he'll be the primary back as Owens is out of the game.
Called another gain of 13 there. And tripped, but still gets a handoff to Miller near the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they stop his forward progress. And it's going to stop at the 33-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play for Miller.
Yeah, good penetration there by Juan Gonzalez, a sophomore for Coronado. He kind of disrupted that play and then made the tackle on Miller as he initially knocked Carrillo off stride.
So it's going to be 3rd and short for Christian. Got a heavy dose of Paris Miller so far on this drive. He's still in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set. Trevor Howell flanked out to the far right. And it's going to be handed off one more time. This time it's to Rayvon Owens. He picks up the first down to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, didn't think you would see him in the game, but he made it come in, giving his partner a blow there, and he straight ahead running as he got the first down. So nice run there by Rayvon.
And the clock still continues to tick. It's at 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Christian has been in complete control since early in the first quarter. 42-10 our score now. Here comes Kaufman in motion. Delay handoff one more time. Scat back out of the backfield. Looks like the first carry of the game is for Chad Humphreys. Sophomore, kind of a little diminutive in stature.
With same almost running style, very explosive through the hole. And, sophomore, so you kind of get the feeling that he'll be the heir apparent when Miller and Owens in their stay here at Christian.
Called a gain of 7 for Humphreys, who's now the single back. Sending a man in motion is Howell. It's going to be given to him, bouncing around to the left side. Humphreys with the big block, puts his man down, and all the way down to about the 9-yard line is Trevor Howell.
Yeah, Howell's another sophomore, so you kind of get to see the future here in the fourth quarter for Christian with Humphreys and Howell. And they both show that they can keep this offensive juggernaut going as they both have great acceleration to the outside. And you got to believe Howell is being groomed to take over for Philip George, the senior wideout.
Howell's a previous player of the game here on PlayOnSports.com. Again, single back formation for Humphreys. Sending a man in motion is Kaufman. He's going to try to cut back inside, and good pressure there by Coronado. Still playing very tough in the latter parts of this ball game.
Yeah, not trying to just kind of doing standardized running here. Just straight up the gut and try to take you 2 or 3 yards and whatever you can get from the defense as the clock is running. As this game is relatively over. And Coronado and Christian just playing it out here in garbage time.
Christian will head over to Madison next week. It'll be a very tough game for them. And Howell along the right side, flag on the play as he gets into the end zone. But this one's probably going to come back.
Yeah, it looked like holding on the one of the tackles on the opposite side of that run. Robert was guilty. It's a little sloppy here at the end, but you kind of take it in stride as they did their job for the most part in this game. And actually, they did it for the majority of the game, Christian. This offense started out a little bit slow. You talked about it earlier, the turnover, I think, on the first and second possession. And then ever since Coronado had that early 7-0 lead, this offense has been on fire. And, man, the running attack and the timely passing by Carrillo, it's been a tremendous effort by everybody on the offensive side of the ball.
Minute 49 as the clock continues to wind down. Patriots in complete control, ball on the 19-yard line, sending a man in motion is Howell. They'll give it to him again. Say, hey, you ran it in last time, ran it in this time. He's unable to do so as he gets just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good play right there. Number 77 made the stop. John McCall, the senior, is the leading defensive lineman on tackles for Coronado. We haven't called his name much tonight, but he made a good open field tackle there on Howell.
As the band starts to play, gets to what's remaining of the crowd left. Again, a homecoming for Christian. So packed house here, and they put on a show. Carrillo, it's going to be a handoff to Humphreys. Still on his feet, pushing the line of scrimmage, and is going to get to about the 13-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal on the 13-yard line. We'll see if Christian decides to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and that's the most frustrating part when you're a tired defensive player and then you get this eager sophomore that hasn't played much and then he's running right through you. You're just trying to hold on for dear life there to try to take him down as you're just about out of gas.
And I believe that Christian's going to have to run the play as the clock is still just at 30 seconds. So they may take a delayed game penalty here or call a timeout before it gets to that point.
And they're all just standing right around the referee.
Kind of signaling to him. Clock is still ticking, and there's the flag for a delayed game. And the clock stops at about 14 seconds. So they'll mark off the penalty. And looks like they marked the ball at the 18-yard line. And Christian is good enough to just take a knee here.
I don't think we'll see any Tampa Bay maneuver here by Coronado.
And that will do it for it. We did.
Greg Schiano's in the house.
Late flags come in from
one of the outside linebackers came in, and he did push him.
So, hey, if they do it in the NFL, why can't I do it on Friday night? Well, I don't think the game can end on a defensive penalty.
No, you're right.
So we'll see what they call here as Coronado is starting to bring guys out on the – Coronado's exiting the field, and Christian, referee or coach is telling them to get back on there, got to run one more play. So we do have a personal foul. Coronado has walked off the field, but again, it can't end on defensive penalty, so we'll see what the referees decide. Christian is still on the field. Coronado's going to midfield as if they're ready to clap hands. And referee's still sorting it out, so a delayed ending of this one.
Everybody looks. Now Christian's going to line up, so I think every mutual decision.
Well, it can end on a penalty in high school, I guess. So at the end of 4, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to our PlayOnSports.com post-game coverage. But you are watching the PlayOnSports.com presentation of Friday Night Football come to a completion. We'll have our interview with our player of the game coming up shortly in just a few moments. Once again, the Christian Patriots 42 have defeated the Coronado Islanders 42-10 here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. We're working on getting an interview with our player of the game, Rayvon Owens. Had an outstanding game for the Christian Patriots. He had 20 carries for 205 yards and 4 touchdowns, and helping his team become victorious 42-10 and improve to 5-1 on the year. So stay with us. We'll have a live interview with our player of the game, Rayvon Owens, coming up on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com coverage of Friday Night Football. I'm joined by our player of the game, Rayvon Owens of the Christian Patriots. And Rayvon, an outstanding game by you, 20 carries, 205 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, did you eat a nice big bowl of cereal this morning? What brought out that type of performance from you?
Nothing but my O-line. They just practiced hard all week, and they got their blocks perfectly, and I just read the block and took one cut, and it's off to the races.
And off to the races you were. And many times you guys were razzle-dazzle out there in the open field. We talked up here, reminiscent of a young Barry Sanders. Who's your favorite runner in the NFL or somebody that you look up to and maybe model your game after a little bit?
Probably Matt Forte because of his fluid running style, and he's just so smooth with everything. So.
All right, so a young Matt Forte in the making here is Rayvon. Now, Rayvon, you're going. You mentioned that you're gonna miss your homecoming dance because you're going on a college trip, and putting up stats like this, you're definitely being noticed. What's one of the things that was one of your personal goals this year for you and your ball club?
I think same goal as every team, that went to CIF championship. Just try to come back and repeat and just win it again. Give all the glory to God.
And you guys again did win last year. Now you guys are off to an outstanding start, 5-1 on the year. Did you guys envision having such a nice start coming into the year? I mean, you seem like you guys are all clicking on all cylinders with the running backs and all the rest, and your quarterback as well.
I mean, coming into the year, we had some questions about whether our quarterback would do well or not, but he seemed to step up and fill some big shoes, and he did really well tonight.
He did well as well, and so did you again. So, Rayvon Owens, our player of the game here on PlayOnSports.com. And, Rayvon, any last thing you want to say to some of your fans out there watching and maybe some of your future college fans?
Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. Again, Rayvon Owens, the victorious Christian Patriot running back, as they won 48-10 here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. 48-10, right? 42-10.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. I'm Robert Fields alongside Thomas Conroy, and we just saw the Christian Patriots defeat the Coronado Islanders 42-10. And Thomas, we talked about how much Coronado wanted to run the ball this ball game and try to slow the pace down. And 52 points scored in the game and 42 for Christian. They weren't able to do that.
No, not at all. And it was all about Christian's offensive and defensive line because they really controlled the ball on both sides. And it was just a tremendous effort. And that talented young man that you just talked to, he's shown he really opened up some eyes today. If you had any questions about his game, I think he firmly convinced you that he's one of the top backs in San Diego County with this effort.
Absolutely. 20 carries, 205 yards. And now he says, I said, you going to go dance a little bit? He said, no, I got to get up the road. He's going on a recruiting trip to UC Davis, so the Aggies have their sights on an outstanding guy there. Patriots improved to 5-1 on the year, Division 5. Title favorite, really, for a repeat. What do you think about their chances going on through the year?
I think it's no doubt because coming into the season, they had a lot of questions about their quarterback position, and seeing Carrillo now there's no doubt that this guy's a leader and he does everything right. He doesn't have to be flashy. He doesn't have to have the strong arm to lead his team. All he has to do is make the completions and then obviously hand it off to that power trio with Owens and of course Paris Miller. And they're going to be a tough out and right now they just seem to be on stride offensively.
So they open up in their Central League with a win, do the Christian Patriots. And that's actually going to do it for our postgame show. We're wrapping it up here from Granite Hills High School, the host school for the Christian Patriots, where once again they were victorious 42-10 over the Coronado Islanders. We thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com, our coverage of Friday night football from San Diego, California. Be sure to check our broadcast site for future game times. Again, for our producer, Chris Cashman, for our videographer, Aaron Hunt, and my broadcast partner, Thomas Conroy, I'm Robert Fields saying so long and good night. We'll hope you'll join us next time on Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.